Hello my friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And today what I have for you is part 2 of what feels like the huge summer endless Blu-ray haul pickup video. This might actually end up being 3 parts. We'll see how far we get today. But I have some box sets for you, some Scream Factory, some random films that I picked up and some I've been watching, and then I actually have some Warner archives to show you. And I'm just going to get right into it because I don't want this to run any longer than it needs to be. The first one that I want to show you, I just recently picked this one up. I was on the fence about getting it, but I decided to just go for it. It is the 4K Ultra HD Alfred Hitchcock collection containing Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, and The Birds. And it comes in this nice slip box, and it's actually a book. It's like kind of like a digibook, but it doesn't have actual pages. It's more just art, poster art and whatnot. And you have some really nice images in the front. I'm sure there's unboxings of this all over the place. Then you get the poster art, like this is Rear Window, and you have the 4K in a slip page, which isn't really my favorite way to house Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks, whatever. I prefer the snap-in, but I understand there's less of a chance to scratch Blu-rays and 4Ks than there is DVD, but I don't know. It's just a nitpicky thing with me, but still, I'm happy to have the collection. And I do like the way, if you see the artwork here that they did, I do like the artwork, and I do like the choices that they use with the poster art and whatnot. You have Vertigo, Psycho, which I believe for the first time we have an uncut version, and then we have The Birds. And I know a lot of people say that The Birds didn't scare them, but I can tell you for me, it's a personal thing, because when I was a kid, which is way back when, my mother used to tell me if I went out on my bike at night, I needed to be home before the bats came out, because otherwise the bats would swoop down, get caught in my hair, and we'd all get rabies. So when I saw The Birds, that played right into my fear of having a bat wound into my hair and ending up having to get rabies shots at the hospital. So yes, as soon as I watch all those, I will give you my my full review of the box set and the transfers and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to digging into that one. This next one is a new 4K release from Arrow, and it is Flash Gordon. And this is also, it's a slip box. I got the slip box variant. It comes with the 4K, has some nice artwork, and it comes with a poster that I'm not going to undo, and it comes with a nice book. So, nice book that comes with it. And Arrow, they really know how to, you know, do these box sets and collector sets and whatnot. I think they do them probably better than anyone. They're right up there with Criterion, and they might even surpass Criterion when it comes to stuff like this, because it feels a little sturdier. But I'm looking forward to sitting down with that, because I hear the transfer looks amazing. And this one, I don't think I showed you guys, but I'm just in case I didn't, I may have, but just in case I didn't, I wanted to show you that I do have the Fly collection from Scream Factory. I love that artwork. That's the front, and this is the back. And this is a 5-movie collection. It includes the original Fly with Vincent Price, and I'll show you. They each have their own. Case with their own artwork. So you have the Fly, you have the Return of the Fly, the Curse of the Fly, the one with Jeff Goldblum that probably most of us have seen, and then the Fly 2. And I have heard rumblings that you can find this for a really good price at Walmart. Not my Walmart, of course, because their media section is completely decimated. It's basically non-existent. But if you have a decent Walmart by you, check around, because they're carrying that, and a lot of Scream Factory titles I've seen people picking up in there. And these last 2 box sets are from Indicator. Now, I've just gotten into Indicator. I'm very new to it, so I can't really tell you much about it except that I have them and I am going to watch them. These are part of my October watches. This first one is Hammer Volume 4, The Faces of Fear, and it contains The Revenge of Frankenstein, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, Taste of Fear, and The Damned. And there's a slip that comes off, and a really nice artwork on the front. And then on the back, it just gives you the specs of each movie. So that's how they roll with that. And then each movie is housed in its own case. And I'm just going to pull one out to show you, because they do a really nice job as well. This happens to be The Revenge of Frankenstein. So you have your artwork there. These are, I don't know if I said, these are region B locked, so you have to have, if you're in the United States, you have to have a region free player, which thank goodness I do, so I will be able to enjoy these. Each one comes with a book inside, reversible artwork, and then your Blu-ray disc. So that really nice, and they do that for each one. So it's a really nice presentation, and I think it's going to be a great addition to my collection. So I am looking forward to sitting down with this, going through the movies, and making it part of my October series for Halloween. And this last box set, my friend Nathan Jones, you've heard me talk about him before, he turned me on to this one. And what we've decided to do is we're both going to dive into this at the same time, and we're going to do a collab video for you guys here in October. So we're going to break this set down in October, and we're going to make a whole video together. So you'll get to meet Nathan if you don't already know him. I'm going to link him in the description. Go check him out in the meantime. This is the William Castle Volume 1. It contains the Tingler, Homicidal, 13 Ghosts, and Mr. Sardonicus. Or Sardonicus. Which one is it? You tell me. So this is Volume 1, and this is almost sold out, not completely sold out. It could be now, but what last I saw a couple days ago, it was almost sold out. And I love the image on the front. So you have that. And then we have the 4 movies. Same thing. Each one has its own book and whatnot. It's housed in its own case. So I'm looking forward to talking about this with Nathan and really giving you guys a more in-depth look into what Indicator box sets have to offer. And now I'm going to get into the Scream Factory titles, and some of these are recent pickups, some of them I'm just kind of grabbing along the way. I don't know exactly when they were released. The most recent one I got is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. I'm really looking forward to this one. I enjoy Tales of the Dark Side, so I'm really interested to see the movie. And they always do a great job. There's so many, I mean, loaded with special features, always. And it even has some audio commentary with co-creator George Romero, so I'm looking forward to that. We have 13 Ghosts. Oh, and here's the slipcover for 13 Ghosts. Really nice one. And this is 13 Ghosts is a blast, so I can't imagine that it wouldn't look great and have some great special features. This is the front of Tales of the Dark Side. I don't think I showed you that. And then we have some kind of Universal Monster type of things, because I believe they must have secured the rights to the Roger Corman, Peter Cushing, all that whole crew. So this is actually a Peter Cushing film, and it is The Evil of Frankenstein. There's the cover for that, and this one came with a matching poster. This one is this is a Hammer film, Curse of the Werewolf. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people love this, some people were but I was getting the other one, so I figured why not. This one is also a Hammer film, Phantom of the Opera. And then we have another Hammer film, Kiss of the Vampire. And I think this one was kind of a recent release, but those are the ones I picked up there, and then 3 more. First one is Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, and I'm really looking forward to this. You know how we feel. We love Stephen King and any adaptation of Stephen King. We're on it, so I'm looking forward to this one. I feel like I may have seen it, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It says, when an abandoned textile mill is reopened, several employees meet mysterious deaths. The link between the killings is the hour. They all occur between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m., the Graveyard Shift. So I'm really looking forward to this and giving you some more thoughts. And this next one, not a fan of the director, but unfortunately I do like his movies, so I try to separate the two. This is a Roman Polanski film, The Tenant, and I don't think I've seen Repulsion and Rosemary's Baby, but I don't think I've seen The Tenant, but it gets high praise, so I am looking forward to checking this out, and I will let you know what I think about it. And this last one, I'm going to put this in the category of guilty pleasure. Now, I know some people think this is a really great movie, and other people have said it's kind of eh. For this is nostalgia for me, because I remember watching this all the time with my grandfather on TV. It's called Orca, the Killer Whale. And there's the cover. And I've heard people compare it to Jaws. I wouldn't go that far. You know, basically what it is, is you have a guy who, he's a whaler, and he goes out and he accidentally kills the wrong whale, and he is then stalked by the whale's partner. And it's kind of cheesy, but it's kind of fun. And if you like anything with animals and ocean, and like I said, I wouldn't put it into the category of Jaws, not even close. I've heard people compare the two. I wouldn't even put it on the same page. But if you like things like you know, creature feature type of thing where the creature is stalking the human, it's fun. I mean, it's not horrible. I thought it was pretty good. So if you see this on sale or you want to pick it up from Scream Factory, it is still available. But that was always on Channel 9. Channel 9 was a big one here in New Jersey when I was a kid, and it was always on, and my grandfather loved it, so we used to watch that movie all the time. And now I'm going to get into, this is kind of a mixed bag here. These are some documentaries and some movies that I have watched, and I started watching this one the other day. It's from Shudder. It's an original series from Shudder. It's called Cursed Films. And what they do, it's myths and legends behind Poltergeist, The Omen, The Exorcist, The Crow, and the Twilight Zone movie. And each segment is about, I want to say about a half an hour, 25 to 30 minutes. And what they do is they go through these movies like The Crow, where Brandon Lee was killed, and The Exorcist, and different things that happen on the set that made people kind of think that the movies may have been cursed. And these are the movies that they do for the first round. It leads me to believe that maybe this will be a continuing series, which would be kind of cool, because they talk to people, like they talk to Linda Blair, they talk to directors, they talk to set people, stunt people. They interview a lot of different people, and they tell a lot of different stories about weird things that happen on the sets of these movies that are considered, you know, cursed or whatever. But really, really good. If you enjoy documentaries and like behind the scenes stuff about movies, I think you'll really enjoy this. I did. I have to still watch Poltergeist, The Omen, and The Twilight Zone, but I watched The Exorcist and The Crow. Love them. As a matter of fact, you can see it's in the player. It's not even in the case. So I'm really looking forward to finishing it out, and hopefully they'll have more of those. The series will continue. And this next one is a documentary. I haven't seen it yet. I'm a big fan of anything to do with like haunts that's set up during October. As a matter of fact, the movie Haunt, which is only available on DVD for some reason, is a great one to put on your list for October. It's just called Haunt, only available on DVD in the United States, or I think it plays on Shudder, but really, really good one. I'll probably talk about that more in October. This is about haunters. These are like extreme haunters. I mean, like, look at the cover. Supposedly real extreme things go on. It says, explore the rise of terror as entertainment. Or the rise of terror as a form of entertainment. Go behind the screams into the lives of certain people. The traditional boo scare maze designer and the infamous Russ McCamey, as he creates the most controversial full contact extreme haunt of all time in his own backyard. I don't think I would want a full contact haunt at all, but apparently these are extreme haunts where kind of anything goes, and that is so not my bag, but I do want to watch it, and I've heard good things about it. So if you're into haunts, check out Haunters. And I have continued to acquire titles in the Paramount Presents, and Elvis is admittedly a blind spot in my collection. I have Wild in the Country and Jailhouse Rock, so I decided to add Elvis in King Creole. Apparently he plays a bad boy in this one, which that's the Elvis that I like. And that is the original gatefold poster art. And this is actually number 2 that they released. And just this week, Gregory Peck and Audrey Hepburn came out in Roman Holiday. So this is the front. And then we have the gatefold art. And I'm really looking forward to this one as well. So that's that, and this is number 9 in the collection. And this is one that I just picked up. It is based on a true story. It stars Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney in Bad Education, and this is about embezzlement in a school district in Long Island, and supposedly it is the biggest single case of embezzlement in United States history involving a school district. This was very good. The one thing I can say is there wasn't a very clear timeline, and I would have appreciated knowing the amount of time between each incident where they discovered certain things. But really great performances. I just think they needed to maybe organize it a little better so we actually knew how much time passed from kind of beginning to end and each little piece of the puzzle. But it's a pretty loaded cast. Even Ray Romano is in this one, but really good acting, really amazing story, and pretty eye-opening. So if you're into that kind of thing and you like movies based on a true story, this is one I would highly recommend. It's an HBO film, and I'm not sure because I'm blind. 2020. Okay, so it's a new one, 2020. And I don't know, maybe it's streaming on HBO Max. It could be, probably. This one is one that I have seen, but I have not seen it for years. It's called The Motorcycle Diaries. And this is based on the early life experiences of Che Rivera before he was Che Rivera. Che Guevara. I am so sorry, not Che Rivera, Che Guevara. I have the Criterion right here of Che. I've watched both. Excellent ones. Spine number, let's see, what spine number is it? 496. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it. I like the first one more than the second one, but they're both worth giving a look. And he actually, for those of you who don't know, he teamed up with Castro to help take over Cuba. And this is before, way before, very young Che Guevara, before he was Che Guevara, as I said. And it is about, they get up on a beat-up motorcycle, and it's a breathtaking and exciting road trip across Latin America. This, from what I remember, is an amazing film. So I highly recommend checking this out. I do believe it's out of print in the United States. I did have to get this off of eBay because the only one I could find on Amazon was a Region B locked one, and I wanted this one. So not a bad price either. I think I paid like $10 for it. And this is a new one, newer. I think it came out 2 months ago. It's a Korean coming-of-age movie that I hear wonderful things about. It's called The House of Hummingbird. So I am really looking forward to checking this one out. And then going back to Flicker Alley. First I'm going to say, well, no, I'll do this one first. Okay, this is another silent film. It's Lon Chaney in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it's right here. And I am a big fan of Lon Chaney and Lon Chaney Jr. And this one is from 1923. It's 110 minutes. And again, Flicker Alley does such a great job. They do the booklet, they do the interior artwork, which I'll show you. So you have some information and really nice interior artwork. But Flicker Alley they put out some really nice stuff, and I've been looking through their filmography, and they have some really great titles, especially the older, the classics. And I want to say about this one, this is a great pairing with another movie. This is from Arrow. It's called The Man of a Thousand Faces, which is James Cagney as Lon Chaney. And this is a really good biopic about Lon Chaney, and I really enjoyed this one. It had been sent to me for review a long time ago, but really enjoyed it. They go into the whole thing, how he became so involved with special effects and makeup and whatnot, and how dedicated he was to two things, his work and his son. He loved his son. So it even shows how Lon Chaney Jr. kind of launched himself into the acting career, and it's a very good biopic if you like biopics. And back when I got this, it did come with a very nice booklet. I don't know if it still does. It has reversible artwork and the disc with disc art. But I think the two of these would make a really good double bill if you're into classic horror, silent films, Lon Chaney, and that whole thing. So we have those. I am just going to grab one more pile because I couldn't fit everything on my desk here, and I will be right back. Okay, my friends, I'm back, and I have a little stack to get through, and then we're going to wrap this one up. And I looked at what I still have to talk about, so there is going to be a part 3, because otherwise this video would have been an hour and a half. So we're just going to finish this out with my last pile, which is a little bit of a mixed bag, including some Warner Archives. This first one, a couple people asked me last video if I was going to be getting it because it's been getting a lot of buzz and I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's another one from Shudder called Blood Quantum, and I did say it was in the mail, and here it is. Apparently this is another take on the zombie genre, and I guess there are certain people who are immune to whatever it is that is causing people to turn. And like I said, I've heard nothing but good things, so we're going to watch it, and it'll probably end up in the October series. I have a lot planned for October. I might actually attempt the 31 Days of Halloween, so we'll see. And this next one is from MVD Rewind. It is called Mikey. It's a Killer Kid movie, which I always love Killer Kid movies. And the tagline says, "Remember, Jason and Freddy were kids once too." Which, I don't know, so we'll see. But here's Mikey. Here's the cover of Mikey. And apparently wherever Mikey goes, bad things are happening. So I guess we'll find out what his deal is. These, it's weird, I thought these usually come in a clear case, but this one came in a blue one, so might have to switch that out. I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember clear cases on the MVD Rewind. This next one is a Stanley Kubrick film that I had not seen, so I picked it up, Lolita. I believe I got this on Amazon. I can't be 100% sure. I know it was a little tough to find, but I read the synopsis. When I buy things blind, I either get it on recommendation or I go to IMDb, and if it has a high enough score, meaning over 7, and the reviews are good, then I will do a blind buy. And that was the case with this one. And I like Stanley Kubrick. I think all his films are solid, so I'm interested to see what this one's all about. But yeah, that was a little tough to find on Amazon. And now these next few are part of the Warner Archives that I have picked up over the last few months. And usually when I get Warner Archives, I wait for them to go on sale because they will do a 4 for $44 sale, and Warner Archive titles can tend to be a little pricey. So these are ones that I have picked up over the last few months. And the first one is an adaptation of an Oscar Wilde novel called The Picture of Dorian Gray. And here's the cover. And the premise is really cool. You have a young, handsome, good-looking gentleman, and he is, you know, all about himself, and then there is a picture of him. And what ends up happening is, from what I've read and what I've seen and what I've heard, the picture starts to change. He looks the same, but the picture starts to change to reveal the ugliness and the evil that is really inside of this guy. So as he does terrible things, the picture changes to show that he is not this great looking wonderful guy that he appears to be in real life. So that's a really cool concept, and I'm interested to see, you know, how they pull it off and what they do with it. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be, you know, I'm going to watch this pretty soon because that has my interest. That piqued my interest a lot. And this one I have seen, but it's been a very long time, but it's an excellent movie. It stars Jack Lemmon and Lee Remick in The Days of Wine and Roses. This is a very good look at really tough alcoholism. So if you want to see like the nth degree of alcoholism, give this one a look. If you're not into that, give it a pass. But I enjoyed this movie. I enjoy Jack Lemmon. I like his performances, so I was happy to add this to my collection. And this one I got a few months ago, and again, I'm not sure if I showed you guys this one, but it's from the director of An American Werewolf in London. It is called Innocent Blood, vampire movie, so I'm looking forward to revisiting that one. And this one I got a few months ago too, had to add it. Catherine Deneuve and David Bowie and Susan Sarandon in The Hunger. Another one I haven't seen in a long time. I want to say the last time I saw this was maybe right after college, but I can't wait to see it on Blu-ray. Can't wait to see what Warner Archives has done to it, and I'm looking forward to revisiting that one. And this one is an excellent one. I've seen this. I am a huge Joan Crawford fan, and I think this is one of her best performances. It's called Possessed, and she plays a woman with schizophrenia. So this is a really good look at mental health issues, and in particular schizophrenia. So Joan Crawford does an amazing job, and this is a really good movie if you're interested in movies about mental health issues and things of that nature. But Joan Crawford hits it out of the park with this one, so I was happy to add that to my collection. And this last one is pretty unique, not so much in the title, but what they did with it. It is the original House of Wax, and it is from 1953, but the interesting thing about this one is it actually contains a 3D version. So you have the original 2D version is here, and then you have a 3D version of the original House of Wax. So if you're a 3D fan and you want to add a classic to your collection, definitely give this one a look, because I love House of Wax and I like having the option of the combo pack. Not that I'm necessarily a 3D person, but if anybody ever wanted to watch a 3D classic, I have it. So those are the ones that I have to show you. And I just want to add, before we end this, I just want to add that I did get a review copy from Warner Brothers of the new 4K Ultra HD version of Full Metal Jacket, which is going to be available this Tuesday, the 22nd. And I'm going to post my review. I've already filmed my review. I'm going to post that probably Monday evening so that you guys can decide for Tuesday if you want to add it to your collection. But, a classic Stanley Kubrick, and a great movie. One of my top, I would say, at least top 5, maybe my top 3 war movies of all time. So we're going to talk about that another day or so. But that's going to do it for today. And like I said, there is going to be a part 3, because I just looked and I'm thinking, I'm looking over now in the corner and there's still piles of things to go through, because you have to remember, this is months of collecting that I have not shown you guys yet. So I hope you enjoyed today. I enjoyed doing it for you. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, some recommendations, anything you have to say. That's don't be mean, but you guys are never mean. You're always cool. I'm just playing. And hit the notification bell and the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of this amazing content that we bring you here. Anyway, again, I want to thank you guys for being here, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope everyone is staying safe and staying well and doing what you need to do to get through these crazy times. But I'm going to be back with you in another day or so. So until then, that's a wrap.